Welcome back to Realistic Fishing. On this special episode, I'm talking about my favorite rig, the Texas rig. And we're giving this away. Alright, let's see what's in here. To start off, we have a handful of brush hogs and baby brush hog style baits. These are some of my favorites to Texas rig. I got about 4 different kinds of brush hog baits here. To start out, baby brush hog, one of my favorites. It has a lizard and crawfish profile. Got another one. Got another one. Here's a couple in a different color. This is like a June bug kind of color. This is a slightly different variation. This one is made by Net Baits. See, it has a few more claws and stuff on it. I still consider that a baby brush hog. Also, this full-size brush hog. Same profile, almost twice as long. Let's see what else we got in here. Alright, this is a missile D-bomb. This is a flapping claw kind of pit boss style bait. The claws are a lot thinner than most traditional pit bosses. We're going to put 2 of those in here. To accompany those missile D-bombs, we got some Berkeley Craw Fatties. Notice the flat rippled design on this. Another one of my favorite craws to Texas rig. Got a couple of those in there. Staying with the craw and pit boss style baits, we have the power bait Chigger Craw. This is a scented soft plastic by Berkeley Power Bait. Got a couple of those in there. And we have these more traditional Berkeley pit boss style baits. Putting a couple of those in there with those Chigger craws. Even more craws. Let's take a look at them. Alright, we got 2 more pit boss style. But this one, notice it has the longer antennas. Gives it a little extra action. Got 2 of these as well. And also the Rage Craw style, which I really like. These claws have a lot of good action in the water. They really kick. In my opinion, they kick better than all the rest of these. And we got 2 of those in there as well. Let's see what else we got in here. Alright, we've got a handful of Cincos. This is a stick bait, a soft stick bait style. Got a few in green pumpkin. Here's one in a watermelon red and black flake. Here's one with a chartreuse tail. Another watermelon red and black flake. Here we have a much darker one. Another dark one. This one's a little shorter. It's probably a yum dinger. Couple more. Good selection of Cincos there. Let's see what else we got. Alright, we've got a handful of Finesse and trick worms. Alright, here's a paddle tail worm. Look at that tail. If you get it going fast enough, that thing vibrates like crazy. Or, if you work it slow, it just kind of slowly flaps around. Pretty good action on these. Got 2 of those in there. Alright, here we have a Berkeley Finesse worm. A couple more of those going in. This one looks like a Strike King Finesse worm. There's another one of those, a couple of those going in. There's another Berkeley finesse worm. And a couple more finesse worms going in. Alright, on to the final compartment. Let's see what we got in here. Alright, this looks like a culprit shadback curly tail worm, silver and black. Got a couple of those in there. Here's a curl tail hand poured worm that I buy locally. These work very well, so I'm going to include a few of those. There's another one. Alright, these look like Berkeley juice worms. Nice long curl tail on this worm. Got another one of those. Here's another curl tail worm. These are a little bit skinnier. See, they got that smaller, fast tail. Another Berkeley curl tail worm. Nice long curl tail on this one. Alright, let's see what else we got in here. Alright, I've got a small variety of weights here. We've got 4 16th ounce bullet weights for those finesse applications. Alright, we got a couple 3/16 ounce and 2 1/4 ounce. Also got a few 1/2 ounce and this wider cone also going in. And finally, the hooks. Alright, we're throwing in a couple of red 3/0 extra wide gap. We also have a couple of 1/0 worm hooks. Also including 2 3/0 worm hooks. Here's a 3/0 with a slightly larger gap. I like this for the Berkeley Craw fatty and skinnier crawfish baits. Here's a 5/0 extra wide gap sickle hook. Notice the angle here. We also have 4 5/0 extra wide gap. These are pretty beefy. This is my go-to hook when I'm fishing with something like a pit boss or a big fat crawfish bait. I also like using a 5/0 on a Cinco. So that's what's in the giveaway. We've got about 12 different crawfish baits, 6 brush hog style baits, a handful of Cincos, a handful of finesse worms, and a handful of curly tail worms. These are the baits I really like Texas rigging. For one, it's easy to cast because you have the lead weight on there. That added weight really helps, especially if you're fishing with a bait caster. You put on some heavier weights, some of this 1/2 ounce stuff, you can fish it in the weeds and it'll push its way down to the bottom. Another reason I like fishing Texas rigs, especially unpegged, is because the fish can pick up the bait and swim off with it, and the line will go freely through the weight, so he doesn't feel the weight, at least not right away. So if you're watching your line carefully and you see your line starting to move, that could be a fish. You don't always have to feel the bite with a Texas rig. And finally, with all the different weight and hook combinations, you can throw a large variety of baits. Craw baits, creature baits, stick baits, worms, trick worms, curly tail worms. I even like experimenting with very thin worms, robo worms, drop shot baits. I'll Texas rig anything. So the rules to this giveaway are simple. 1. Be subscribed to the channel. 2. Like this video. 3. Leave a comment below. Good luck to all of you, and I'm pretty sure this Texas rig kit will help someone catch more bass. Thanks for watching Realistic Fishing. Keep it realistic.